Hello, my name is Tyler Clark, Swansea resident, and I'm happy to be back here to showcase some of my card magic and hopefully teach you a thing or two that you can do with a basic deck of cards. I've been doing card magic about 4.5 years. I'm completely self-taught. I never went to a class. I never got any official training with it. I just learned myself, either looking at YouTube videos, at books, or just kind of playing around myself. And this one I want to show you today is one that I've been working on recently that I have never actually done on a performance here. So I'm kind of excited to bring it to you. So this is a simple deck, bicycle playing cards. And if I do this, you can see all the cards really are there and are pretty well mixed. So for this trick, I call it the power of the king. There are 52 cards in a deck, 13 for each of the 4 suits, which is clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds. And we consider the 13th card, or the most powerful one, the king. Sometimes you can argue that the ace is the most powerful one because it goes both ways. But for this trick, we're going to say the king, because it is number 13, is the most powerful one. So before this started, I did ask our director, Adam Kitchen, to pick a suit, and he said hearts. So the first thing we're going to do is go through this deck, and we're going to find the king of hearts, wherever that king may be. There, he's hiding right there. We're going to bring him to the very bottom of the deck, because we need the king of hearts at the bottom of the deck for this to work. Then I asked Adam to pick a number card or a face card as a heart, and he said the number 2. So we're going to be looking for the 2 of hearts. And to randomize this a bit, I asked Adam to double the number 2, which he got 4, and I said, okay, why don't we double it one more time? And then it was 8. So by that luck, the 8th card with the king of hearts big on the bottom is going to be the 2 of hearts. And here's how. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th card right there becomes the 2 of hearts. Now, if that worked once, let's do it again. So I take all the cards and I put them back. And before this started, because I don't have an audience in front of me, which is kind of strange sometimes, I asked Adam to pick another suit. And he said the spades. So now I'm going to be going through, that's clubs, I'm going to be finding the king of spades. There he is right there. I bring that king to the bottom of the deck. I then asked Adam, pick another number or face card, and Adam said 10. So the same thing as last time. We double 10, we get 20. We double it one more time, and we get 40. So now we're going to be counting the 40th card will be the 10 of spades with the help of the power of that king. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and with the help of that card, the 10th card becomes the 10 of spades. Quick explanation to how this is done, because you might be thinking at first that that is impossible. Well, if you paid attention, you'll notice that these cards weren't quite so random. So this is a good opener trick because it does require your deck to be set up a little bit in advance, and here's how. If I spread these cards, you'll notice, you probably wouldn't notice this right away, but you'll notice that they alternate red and black. Not only that, we go diamond, club, heart, spade, diamond, club, heart, spade, diamond, club, heart, spade, and all the way through. Because what essentially happened is that we alternated every one of these cards to make it so no matter what you picked, it would work out. And we said the power of the king, because this would only work for every 4th card. So to do this, I'm going to go back and I'm going to unsort all of these cards, essentially right in front of you, and show you how this was set up. I got this trick, I learned this from an online video, but I put the power of the king as my own sort of twist on it. But essentially what I just did was I unsorted the whole deck. But basically, this is how you need to do this. You need 4 piles, so make sure before this trick starts, you sort your 4 cards into different piles. So I have all my diamonds, clubs, hearts, spades here. It doesn't matter the order, really. But if you'll notice here, if I resort this, I go ace all the way to king. But for this to work, you want to go 10, 7, 4, ace. So you want to cut here, so your top card is the 10 of diamonds. Here it's the same thing, but I've already cut it. We have the 7, and then we have the 4, but again, it's in order. In this pile, you don't touch. And then what you do is you grab 1 card at a time. Might be a little tedious, but if you grab 1 card at a time and you put them onto the deck like this, this will work every time. You don't have to do it exactly red, black, red, black. You can do 2 reds and then 2 blacks in that order. That really should be fine. Because again, your audience member, unless they're a pretty seasoned magician and knows to look for these things, is not going to be paying attention exactly to the order of the cards. If you spread it, and especially if you're talking as like a misdirect, they're not going to notice that the cards are already in a set order. I've never had that happen to me. So now, if you look here, quick glance again, it looks like the cards are randomized, but actually they're in the order I just described. For this to work, again, you have to have the suit of whatever card they pick has to be here, and I use the power of the king because it's easier. So we did hearts, we did spades. Let's do diamonds. I'll show you this quickly. So they picked diamonds. So you're going to look for the king of diamonds. Somewhere in here, there's that one. There's the king of diamonds. If you bring this here, now every 4th card, and I'll show you this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every 4th card is going to be a diamond. And that's what you need in order for this to work. I put that one back. Because if you have them pick a number or a card, and if they pick Jack is 11, Queen is 12, King is 13, or an ace is 1, don't have them pick King, because then it just obviously it's just going to be the bottom card, because 13 times 4 is 52. Whatever they pick, you double it and you double it again, you're guaranteeing it'll be a multiple of 4 every time. So if they pick 4, let's say 4 of diamonds, there's the king of diamonds right there. We do 4 of diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because if we double 4, we get 8, we double it again, we get 16. The 16 card right there, the 4 of diamonds. It'll work every time if you set up the deck the way that I showed you. Thank you. Okay, so I am back to teach you another very simple card magic trick, this time with a blue deck of cards. Sometimes I like to just mix it up in a performance, red and blue. Those are the main 2 that I use. So for this trick, I'm going to be using the help of director Adam Kitchen. He is off camera. Usually I'd be doing this in front of at least 1 audience member, but I just have a camera in front of me, so that's why I'm going to be using Adam for this. So I take out the cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dribble the cards like this, and Adam's going to tell me at some point when to stop. When I stop, I'm going to be showing the card, the selection card, to another camera that is to my right now. So I'm going to do this, and Adam's going to give me a thumbs up when he wants me to stop, which is now. Okay, I'm going to take the cards. I'm going to show this card right now. That's the selection card. I'm not looking at it. I'm just showing the camera. I'm going to take the selection card. I'm going to put it right there in front. We're going to come back to that later. So now I'm going to go from the top of the deck and put 2 piles, or 1 pile right here. And Adam's going to give me a thumbs up about when to stop doing that, which is now. Now I'm going to take the other pile. I'll give this a quick little shuffle like that. And now once again, Adam's going to give me a thumbs up to tell me when to stop doing this again. And Adam says now. I take these cards. We don't need these anymore. We have 2 piles. I alternate the piles just like so. Pick this up, give it a bit of a tap to organize. And again, here I do 2 piles just like that. Take up this one, organize it a bit, and go here. Now before this started, I did show the camera a card, which I have kept right here. And there's no sleight of hand involved. this should still be the same card as before, which is the 4 of clubs. Which is interesting because off camera, Director Adam Kitchen told me he wanted to stop twice, and when he did, we managed to do this perfectly. We have the 4 of clubs in the middle, and surrounded on each side by the 2 and the 3, and next to the 5 and the 6 of clubs. So we managed a perfect straight off camera. Quick rundown about how I do this. So you noticed when I took the cards out, I didn't really give them a shuffle because for the most part, this deck really was completely random other than these 5 cards. And I'll show you what I mean here. All of these cards really are pretty random in the middle. But I needed to put these 5 cards in a certain order because I was essentially forcing the selection of this 4. So I put the 3 and the 2 here, and on the bottom I did the 5, then the 6, and then the 4. So we have 4, 6, 5, a bunch of random cards, and a 3 and the 2 on the top. So I asked Adam, I gave him, give me a thumbs up when to stop. And when it looked like I was just doing this and stopping at a random card. But I was actually doing a little bit of misdirection and a slight bit of sleight of hand. Here's how. I tell him, and he says stop when, okay? So right here, he actually stopped on that card, which is just a random card. But when I said stop here, and he said stop, what I did was then I put this pile down, I took this pile, I forced the selection of that 4. I knew that he was going to end up with that 4. So then I turned this over, I put that there, I put the rest of the cards. Now if you look at the pile now, we have the 6 and the 5 at the bottom, and we have the 2 and the 3 at the top. So if you go right from the top, I do one pile, and he says stop about there. I'll just do one pile at a time. If I break this into 2 different piles, the last 2 cards I put down will always be the 3 and will always be the 2. So the first part of that run is already complete. The problem is now, over here, I have the 5 and the 6 on the bottom. So 2 solutions. You can deal from the bottom, like so, or if you want to make it a bit more convincing, if you turn this over and I slide with my thumb, I slide like this, and it makes it seem like the deck is being pretty thoroughly shuffled, but all it did was it moved the 5 and the 6 to the top of the deck. We do the same thing again. We make one pile, and Adam says stop here, and I say okay, fantastic. I take my pile, I do 2 piles like this, and the same thing we just did over there. The last 2 cards that you put down will always be the 5 and the 6. Sometimes you may have to switch to the order, and then it's almost too good to be true that the audience's selection card, the 4 of clubs, slides in perfectly in that little run. So as I said, it requires a little bit of setup in advance, but if you do it pretty discreetly, or sometimes there's like fake shuffles that you can do too, the audience will just be pretty much surprised most of the time that you do this in front of them because they picked a random card and all of a sudden it's the middle of a straight. And that's basically how this trick is done.